Hello, Mrs. Hill here. This is the math video for Wednesday, April 15th, 2020. Parents, if you want to take a moment after I tell you the materials that you're going to need to pause the video and get those collected for your child should then be able to sit and do the lesson with me as I instruct them. The resources and materials, all of the assignments are always uploaded on Sundays so that you can prepare yourself for the week if you'd like to work to do that ahead of time. But if you haven't gotten a chance to do that, then this is what you're going to need, and then you can pause the video until you have your child organized, and then you can resume. So for Wednesday, and I'm looking at my other computer here, I have the Google Classroom pulled up also with the same material that you would see. And it says for Wednesday that you need kindergarten math page 12. So that comes from the learning guide, which is attached to the Google Classroom also under the same assignment. So if you open that, you're going to go to page 12. You'll need to print that or recreate. And then also the other one you would want is the blank hundreds chart. Very similar to this, except it doesn't have any numbers written in yet. I cannot show you what page 12 looks like because I myself am out of printer ink. But it is a hundreds chart, and I think at the top it says, count from this number to that number. Okay. So those two items are needed for today. Oh, and I also made a note in the Google Classroom with the blanks hundreds chart. You may, if you have the ability to print, you may want to print a few of them for your child to practice writing the numbers 1 to 100. That is a goal by the end of kindergarten, to be able to count to 100, write your numbers, and eventually not even look at the chart and just count without looking. All right, so let's start our lesson for today. Again, take a moment to pause the video if you need to get your materials. You're also going to need a pencil or a pen or a marker, whatever you have to write with. It doesn't have to be a pencil. All right, so for today, you're starting out with a blank chart. Mrs. Hill already wrote 1 through 10 up here, okay? So we have a blank hundreds chart today. And I want you to go ahead and I want you to try to fill in the hundreds chart, all right? So I did 1 to 10. Go ahead and just do all of these numbers on the second line until you get to 20. All students should be able to do that since we've been working on numbers through 20 in our Envisions math program. So take a minute to fill in the rest of those numbers between 10 and 20. Okay, so after 1 through 10, we should have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so check your work, make changes if you need to. Now, something I'm going to do right now, since I know how to count by tens, we've been working on that, right? I am going to go down the chart here and count by tens, and I'm going to stop when I get 100. I did make my chart a little bigger than just 1 to 100, which you can keep counting too. If you want to count over 100, that's awesome if you can do that. If you can't, that's okay. Our goal right now is just to get to at least 100, okay? So I know when I count by tens, I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And I'm going to stop there. Okay. So get that done. Now, your assignment that you're actually turning in to me this week, I'm going to look back at the Google Classroom here. For Friday, I have 3 different steps that your parents are going to send to me. The first thing, they're going to make a video of you counting, okay, to 100. So you counting 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 100, or as far as you can. I would like a video of that, okay? And the second thing is you're going to have to fill in a blank hundreds chart for me. So I'm not going to fill all this in with you right now because I don't just want you to copy my work, all right? I want you to work on filling in your hundreds chart. Now you have 2 ways you can do this. You can write it in like Mrs. Hill is doing here, okay? Or you can have your parents help you on the Google Classroom, and Mrs. Hill created a document for you all where you can actually type in the numbers, okay? So you can type in the numbers for the hundreds chart. So you either do it on paper or you can type it in, all right? So let me go through. I'm going to do a little bit more with you just because I want to show you some of the patterns that you see on the hundreds chart. So if you did the math lessons with me, not this past week, but the week before, I showed you we had a number grid, I think. We did just 1 through 10 and then 11 through 20. And I showed you some patterns you can use. So for instance, if I start at 4 and I'm adding 10, I can just go down and say 4 plus 10 is 14, right? Because watch, 4 plus 10. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? 4 plus 10 is 14. Now watch this. I have 1. So now I have 14. Then I'm going to have 24. Then I'm going to have 34. Then I'm going to have 44. Then I'll have 54. I'm adding 10 each time. Look what happens. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. 4 is going to be the same. I see that pattern. That means I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to write these 4s all the way down my number grid, right? 4 is going to be on the right-hand side all the way down the number grid. Now I got to fill in the other number because these are 2-digit numbers, right? 2 digits, 2 numbers in them. 2 digits in them, sorry. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 makes 64. 7 makes 74. 8 makes 84. 9 makes 94. Okay, I'm going to stop there because that's our goal is to get to 100. Those of you that want to try and go further, be my guest to go ahead and do that, okay? You can do this anywhere on the number grid, all right? So this gives you some numbers to fill in. So let me give you another one. Let's do our 7s, all right? So we have 7 plus 10 is 17, plus 10 more, well, is going to be, if this is a 1, I change the tens place to a 2, 27. I'm going to have 7 all the way down, just like I had 4 all the way down. Okay, so I have 17, I have 27. So I have 1, 2, 3 makes 37, 4 makes 47, 5 makes 57, 6 makes 67, 7 makes 77, 8, 87, 9, 97. Then you could do 10 makes 107. All right, but again, I'm going to stop there because our goal is just to get to 100 right now. So I'm going to do one more with you, and then I'm going to leave it up to you to finish the rest. So I did 1 through 10, 11 through 20. I'm going to start at 20. Ready? So 20, 21. If this way is too tricky, you don't want to do it that way, then just go through and count. Count to 100. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Whoops, I skipped. I'm sorry, 27. This will be 28, 29, 30. Okay? So I'm going to let you finish filling this in. Remember, I want to see a video of you counting to 100 before by Friday, on Friday. And I want to see this chart either filled in like this, take a picture of it, have your parents send it to me, or you can do the one that's online through the Google Classroom, and your parents can help you access that. And if you use that, you're going to have to type in the numbers on the phone or on the computer, whichever kind of device you're using. Okay? All right, thank you.